Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of the Gungeon in the Gungeon. As always, I'd like to thank everyone for the likes, subscribes, and comments. If you can continue to do that, guys, that would make an old man happy. And maybe one of these days I might be able to make it in YouTube videos here like all the young people do. And I also now do TikTok videos, little shorts of little things I get, I buy, I find. And matter of fact, guys, one of the things I did do on my TikTok video recently is I featured this. Punisher Trump. I think everyone needs one in their man cave. Someone needs it in their she shed, garage, mechanic shop, whatever. Everybody needs a Punisher Trump, guys. Look at that. Anyway, so today's video is going to be about something, that kind of bothers me a little bit, I guess. It's not going to be about firearms, but it's going to be about, making of videos about guns and firearms and our opinions and things that, the guys who make these videos, which, I watch a lot of videos of a lot of other people, and I've named them before on my channel, of people who I think do a really good job of, making videos about, their firearms, and they do comparison videos, and, whether it's 9mm versus this, or 380s versus the other 380, or different manufacturers versus different manufacturers. So I was watching a video the other day by a person who I watch a lot, and to me personally, he does a great job doing his videos. But for some odd known reason, he did a video on a certain manufacturer and a certain caliber gun. Well, he gave his opinion on what he felt on the testing he did. He took it to the range. He gave his opinion. Guys, we all do this because of we like to do it. Do I have a full-time job? Yes, I do. This is something I just do on the side to maybe inform some people, like I told you before in my prior videos, and something that I have fun doing. And maybe, one of these days I might get a sponsor. But I was watching this gentleman, and he did a video 2 weeks prior about a certain firearm, and like I said, a manufacturer. But to me, he gave his opinion. He did it well. And opinions are like, and I don't want to say the bad words on my channel because I kind of try to stay kind of, family oriented if it's possible, even though I do post this for adults only. But I don't want to say, but we know opinions are like certain couple of words. But anyway, he gave his opinion about this firearm. Well, the YouTube community went completely nuts. They were giving rude comments. They were even threatening comments to him. They were doing just awful things that he had said on his following video after this. And the reason why he did this following video is because of all the rude comments, the threatening comments. I mean, guys, we all like guns, okay? We talk about guns. Everybody has opinions. Everybody has problems with their guns, their manufacturers. Everything is not perfect, okay? By all means, and we just give our opinions on them. Me, I try not to do too many opinions or to be specific that I like certain manufacturers, because one of these days, maybe I might get one as a sponsor. But I like to give, my opinion too. And guys, like I said, these are only opinions that I do. Opinions that other guys do too. I'm not a professional. I don't claim to be a professional. These guys are professionals. Some of them have been doing this for a very long time. And this person has been doing it, and he's gotten a lot of views. But to sit here and, if you're going to make a comment, I understand you making a comment that maybe you didn't like the way he was talking about this certain firearm or manufacturer, but you didn't have to get rude and threatening and really, really bad comments. We didn't have to go that far with it, because we're all together in this, What are we all fighting for at the end with this? Our Second Amendment rights. We love our guns, okay? We all do. And everybody, like I just said a minute ago, is not going to have a perfect experience with every firearm that they do buy. There is going to be some problems, whether it needs to be oiled a little bit, whether it doesn't take the right ammo, or what have you. Some guns are specific ammo types that only take, and that's it. It won't shoot good with others. Well, so I kept watching him, and then he did his second video. And he came on and actually was going to prove that what he said was the truth. So he got some different rounds, okay, to show that it just wasn't the rounds that were doing it. He cleaned the gun thoroughly, took it completely apart, and he showed on his video what he did. He did a great job of breaking it down, did not take the video or focus the camera somewhere else. He focused it always on what he was doing. When he went to go up towards his little range that he has set up, He even panned the camera up. He did not once leave his video and turn around to, like, you know, maybe alter some things. He did everything perfectly. So he started to proceed to explain that, you know, all the comments that he had gotten and how bad they were and the threatening comments and everything. So he started to load the firearm. And yeah, he mentioned a few things that it had a problem loading, you know, where you're loading the magazine, which if you don't have a speed loader, sometimes it is a problem loading some magazines and certain firearms. But he proceeded to load with different rounds. And where the problem was coming at is in this firearm, and there's a big community out there of you who love this firearm. And like I said, I'm not going to mention a name of a manufacturer or the certain caliber of the firearm, because that's not just me. That's not what I'm going to do. You need to look on the videos yourself on YouTube, then you can find it out. But he was having a problem where he went to fire and his slide would not go all the way. It was probably maybe a minute. It would not execute perfectly. And he made some comments about it in his first video. Well, in the second video, like I said, he started to load some rounds, and the firearm, he cleaned it. After he cleaned it, was doing wonderful. It shot perfectly. There was no issues, no problems. It was doing perfectly. Well, then he decided he was going to try some subsonic ammo in there. Guys, it did a hiccup. And this is what he was trying to explain. And this is what he was trying to explain in the first video, that there are some hiccups. Maybe some firearms. Now, he took this firearm when he did buy it, I will say, right out of the box in the beginning and started firing it. Maybe some, we need to clean them before we fire them. But like most of us, we buy a firearm, we take it out of the box. What do we want to do with it? We want to take it to the range, we want to shoot it. Should we be having any hiccups in it? No. But sometimes we can. So anyway, he explained in his second video what he did. Like I told you, he did everything, broke it down, cleaned it, oiled it, did the whole 9 yards. So the only rounds that he really had problems with this time were subsonic rounds. So, and he showed up close exactly what the slide was doing, that it wasn't engaging all the way, and he was having a malfunction. But like I said, when he did this in the first video, he got really mean comments and threatening comments. Now, they're, like I said before, there's no need to threaten anybody here. We're all the same. We all do this just because it's something we enjoy doing. Some people make money off of it. Some people do this for a living. Like I told you a few in the beginning of this video, I don't. Nothing you see here is scripted. This is me talking. These are only my opinions. And by all guys, I am not a professional whatsoever. This is just a hobby that I like to do. And yes, I do have a firearms license. I do buy and sell firearms. But this is something, and I don't do it full time though. I have a full-time job. This is stuff I do at night, at 8:23 at night. So, you know, I don't plan things. I just come up with things and I just decide to talk about them. But anyway, you know, guys, if people have their own opinions, that's all they are. It's an opinion. If you don't like it, you can disagree with it. You could, but just don't get threatening and, you know, threatening comments and rude comments and mean comments and start talking about family. That doesn't need to be brought up at all, because most gun owners, most of us, are all respectful gun owners. We were raised with a lot of respect. We were raised on how to fire these guns. We were raised on how to use these guns. We were raised on safety with firearms. At least I was, and most of our community is. And you know, guys, we need to stick together. And if we do have issues with some of our firearms, you know what? You could say things, but don't say them bad. You can say, hey, I don't agree with you, or maybe you need to do something a little bit better here. Maybe you weren't doing things right, perfectly right. You know, or maybe you need to clean it first, or maybe whatever what. But we don't need to say threatening comments, because this person that I do watch and that I have watched before, to me personally, he does a great job. He explains everything. He goes out and takes you, when he's turning around to go buy the firearm, he takes you there with him to go buy it, and then he tells you what he buys. And you know, then he had some comments that he bought a firearm at a pawn shop. There's nothing wrong, guys, with buying a firearm at a pawn shop. Nothing wrong with it at all. Some of mine that I have are from pawn shops. There's nothing wrong with it at all. Most of the times, if you're buying it from a pawn shop, at least the ones that I deal with, there is a gunsmith that's there. They go through the gun, they make sure everything's fine, they make sure the gun fires before they even sell it or put it out. Now, sometimes they will tell you in some of the pawn shops that these are basically wall hangers. But most of the time, I've always encountered good prices, good people, and the firearms to me have been fine. So I've never had a problem with it. So to me, there's nothing wrong with a pawn shop buying a firearm at one. Now, like I said, we use our judgment. Use your judgment. If you see that the firearm's not right, then don't buy it. But if you do, then buy it. But like I said, I go to places where there's a gunsmith on hand, and they go through the gun before they even put it out. And like I said a minute ago, if they don't feel that it's fireable, they will put it out, but they will tell you that the gun is not safe, or they'll tell you what's wrong with the gun. And if you proceed to want to buy it, well, then by all means, buy it. But, we just gotta be nice. Be nice to this community especially. I don't care what you do to those, and I'm not being political, but I don't care what you do to those Democrats out there. You can do anything you want. I call them Democrats. But anyway, to most of us who own firearms, we're Republican, and I'm a Republican. And like I said, I don't like to talk politics, but right now I am in this certain aspect. But most people who have firearms are Republicans. There's a lot of Democrats out there, but most of them that I've come in contact with, we're for the Second Amendment. We like Trump, who hopefully gets in office. We don't want our current administration in office anymore, because it's just going to make our lives even worse. Especially in the firearms community, and especially if you have a license and you do what I do on the side, it makes it worse for us. But, let's be nice. Let's be nice to our own, because we never know what's going to happen. So we all band together. Let's stick together. At least that's the way I see it. Maybe some people are different. And you know what? If you're different, leave me a comment. I'll answer you within 24 to 48 hours. Depends upon what time I get off of work. But I'll answer your comment, because everybody that's commented before, I've answered them as quickly as I could. Can't get into it right away, but I'll get to it within 24 to 48 hours at least, because that's how many times I check my videos. But anyway, guys, that's all I'd really like to say. And let's stick together, and let's form a group, and let's just be all together. Be nice. And if we can't say something nice, then let's not say it at all. At least that's the way, the respect that I have. But anyway, I don't want to rant and rave about this too much, because I know it's probably boring for some of you guys. But it was just something that I felt I had to talk about, because, like I said, the person that I watch, and I watch many people, and I've told you them before, Clint from Classic Firearms, those guys are great, Kay and all that stuff. I watch Hitchcock 45, and I watch a bunch of different people. So, and they're very informative. They're very good guys, and I enjoy it. So let's have our comments nice, because I tell you right now, all the other videos, except for this one, when all the other guys that I've seen do, bad or good videos, they don't get the disturbing comments like this person got. And I just didn't agree with it, and I just felt that I had to talk about it a little bit, because it was kind of not right for him to have to make a second video and almost apologize to our community because of, nobody agreed with what he said, and they were just getting too rude. But, and let's keep the comments nice. You know what I mean? And if something, even me, if I'm doing something wrong, and keep the comments nice. And if you make videos, I'll be keeping the comments nice too. I'm not going to get rude, mean, or anything like that. But, guys, I'd like to say a little bit before I leave. There's a wholesaler that I use for my firearms. Well, there's actually a couple, but Davidson's Firearms, great place, great people, been around for a long time, can get you mostly everything you need. My salesperson is Tammy. She's great. She works with me. She takes care of things that I need. They're really quick at responding back to you if you have a problem or have an issue. I've been on as far as 9 o'clock at night, and I said, can you call me real quick? And bam, I get a call real quick. Sometimes before, it was once on the weekend at 9 o'clock at night, which who wants to be involved in this? Your salesperson really worked Monday through Friday. But that she got back with me really quick. So she's a great salesperson. Davidson's is a great website. Go to it. Check out the firearms they have on there. For you dealers, check out on there too. Maybe join them. There's a couple of other ones too. Lipsy's, RSR. I'm going to sign up with a couple of more of them too. Check Palmetto State Armory, Kentucky Gun Company. So I kind of go with everybody, and I look all the time, and I'm constantly online looking at stuff. Matter of fact, my computer's on right now while I'm filming, and on one of my screens that I got double screens and everything, but on one of my screens I have a gun website pulled up right now that I'm actually checking things out on that I want. That I missed out on the gun show this weekend, and by the way, the gun show I couldn't tape this weekend because I had to have certain permission, and I didn't get it in time in order to do that. But on the up and coming ones, I will have permission then and be able to tape. But anyway, guys, thanks for all the likes, subscribes, and comments that you guys have been giving me. Thanks for watching my videos. Thanks for supporting this old man. And I can't say much anymore, guys, but get yourself a Punisher. Trump Punisher. Everyone needs one of those. And I'll feature something else next time on the next video. But anyway, I do my videos on Wednesdays and Sundays is when I like to have them. Those are the 2 days that I can actually be free to do them. But anyway, guys, thanks for likes, subscribes, and comments. If you can continue to do that, again, like I told you and I tell you all the time, to make an old guy happy, please do that. Peace out from the gun zone.